So for the tier list so far, I have must pick and ban. So for these cards that are in must pick and ban, if you're in diamond plus lobbies, you'll have the ban system in ranked. And in my opinion, these are going to be the cards that you must pick, ban, or you'll just be at a disadvantage in the round if you let the other team get it, acquire that card. Then we have A, B, C, and D. And then situational cards, which are basically like, could be side dependent. So if you're in attack or defense, then also could be map dependent. So that's going to be the situational cards. So we have Black Hole Traps. This card is really good on defense. You can use Broker, have mines everywhere on a certain choke point, and then, there would be black holes everywhere. I'd say this card is actually pretty good. Only really see defender teams get this card, though. Probably going to put in B. It's only a 3 shard card also. Shard points, which is pretty good. Next we have Kill Streak bonus. This card is actually decent too. Normally it'll be like second or third pick though. Probably just gonna put this in B. You have to get a kill to increase your damage though. So it is kind of, you have to get the first kill. Maybe could be a C tier card. I don't really get this card that much. Pretty good. I'd say it's always gonna be like a second or third pick unless there's not that many good cards on the board. Basically, you have shield on your back. One thing that people have started to do is like defuse with the turtle. Basically defuse the bomb with their backs turned against the enemy, so they can defuse easily that way. That's a cool tech with it, but I think turtleback's probably B tier. It's 3 shard points. It's not gonna always help you in an actual gunfight, but still a pretty decent card. All right, we have next. I already did these 3 cards. We have the Eye of the Reaper card. Honestly, I don't see people grab this card that much. It is useful because it reveals after you plant the bomb, but having it as four shard points, in my opinion, just ruins the card. It should probably be like 2 or 3. So I'm probably gonna put it in C tier. It's just a reveal, and there's other cards that reveal that are better, like Headache Vision and some other ones. But yeah, I think that card's honestly C tier. Next we have Birdman. I've been using this card a lot more recently. It's only 2 shard points. I think this card's A tier. You can get dirty off angles. Honestly, on defense, yeah, if you just like climb up on a box and then jump off, you can have so many like crazy dirty off angles that people would never expect you being in the air. So I think Birdman, especially for being only 2 shard points, is definitely an A tier card. Next we have Ricochet. Definitely a must pick or ban card in the game right now. Ricochet, people are starting to learn the maps better. They're learning all the angles people like to play. So I think Ricochet is definitely a must pick or ban card now. It's really good on defense. You can kill someone playing the bomb from like a different angle. You can hold off people on choke points. It's even good on offense to just clear your spots. I do think Ricochet is a must pick or ban card. And I mean, I don't know if they can nerf it. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine where it is right now. Portable detector is the next card. Honestly, it is only 2 shard points. You have to be kind of close for it to reveal. I'm probably gonna put it in B or C tier because it is good, but normally people will get this like second or third option. So maybe I put it in C tier or B tier. I'm gonna put it in B tier because it's still useful. You can check like if there's traps on a like a bomb site when you're trying to push. So yeah, I think that's probably B tier. Next we have freeze bullet. Honestly, this is definitely a must pick or ban card, or it's definitely an A tier. I don't know. I feel like people have not been taking this card as much, but it lowers your movement speed by like 50%. It's definitely a must pick or ban. Or honestly, I want must pick or ban to be like an exclusive list. Freeze bullet is definitely like really good though. Like I think this is an A tier card at least. Okay, we have explosion specialist. This card is definitely A tier. I wouldn't say it's must pick or ban because only certain lancers can utilize this correctly, like Broker, sometimes like Kismet. Then you have people that also use the blaster with this, so I mean that is pretty good, or Axon also. But I think this card's A tier. I don't think it's a must pick or ban though. But you normally would probably get this card if it's on the board. Okay, next we have bigger and badder, which yeah, at first I was sleeping on this card. I didn't think it was that strong, but people actually first pick this card sometimes. Basically, if you play Axon, Broker, or even with the normal projectiles like the blaster, it's gonna increase how large they are, and they're gonna do more damage. Also, I'm pretty sure if you direct hit someone with any projectile with this card, it one shot kills him. But maybe it has to be from a certain range. Definitely this card's A tier, especially because it's only 2 shard points. Like a lot of these cards, in my opinion, some of them the values need to be changed for the shard points. Like this one should probably be like 3 or 4 costs. to use. Except bullet upgrade, I really love this card. I'm gonna put this in must pick or ban because if you didn't know, it just amplifies all your utility pistols like the blaster, the flasher. The burner has like a crazy large radius. The blaster turns into like a cluster nade, and then you have the smoke that actually reveals players within the smoke, which a lot of people don't know that that's how it functions, but it is actually a pretty good card. Change. Actually, I have long dash. Long dash, it's pretty good. I'm gonna put it like C or B tier though. It's good for rotating around the map, but I feel like you only get long dash when you know you have a lot of sharp points left over. I feel like you don't normally just get it for no reason. So I'm probably gonna put this in B or C. I mean, I don't think it's that crazy of a card, but it is good for like rotations. I don't see people get melee kills as much unless it's like a spider player who's like using his TP. But I mean, long dash it has use. It's viable card to choose sometimes. Next, we have small heads, which is, in my opinion, a must pick or ban card. Basically, just helping you sustain your life. Sometimes it'll save you. You won't get headshotted when like normally you would. So yeah, it's definitely a must pick or ban card, and it's what 4 shard points. Ironhead next is another card that is definitely a must pick or ban. Basically, you have no headshot damage. If someone hits you in the head, it'll be body shot damage, which basically gives you full advantage in any gunfight that you take. In a game where headshots matter a lot, because if you don't hit the headshots, you'll just have a shorter or longer time to kill. Next we have, what is this? The double treasures. Probably gonna put this in C tier, because it's the thing is you could get like shard points or HP. I don't really see people get this card that much. They'll just leave it on the board even if they have points left over. Honestly, is there really even D tier cards? Maybe some of these cards should be D tier. I'm gonna probably put this in D tier, honestly. I just don't think it's that useful. And you can probably could save those 2 shards on something else. I feel like you should only get this if you also have dibs. Sometimes people get like that to combo. Emergency evacuation, I'd say this is C tier. I think this card should be lowered to 3 or 2 shard points. It'll go up to tierless if they lowered the points it takes to like actually obtain the card. But with this card being 4 shard points, I just don't think it's that good. Just too many shard points that you're investing for to only have extra movement speed when you get shot. Next I have Eagle Eyes. So this card, bro, Eagle Eyes is definitely A tier. I don't know. It's on the cusp of being must pick or ban. But basically you can see people through the mist if you have the misty sight. And you also can see people like around wall sometimes. It's like a really crazy card. It's only 2 shard points, which in my opinion, this card should not be 2 shard points. It also needs to be increased to like 4 or 3 at least. Next we have Beauty Sleep. So Beauty Sleep, I'm gonna honestly put this in D tier. I don't think this card is. I think it's useful sometimes if you just need like 20 to 30 damage, but it just takes way too long. And also it's 3 shard points. I feel like with the way this card operates, it should be 2 shard points. And if they wanted to stay 3, they need to increase the rate at which you get HP from it at the moment. Invest in the Future, very good card. Double shard points for the round. It can help you snowball another team. Definitely, in my opinion, an A tier card. I don't think it's must pick or ban, but I mean, if you already have more shard points than the other team, taking this will just help you snowball the next couple rounds. And then also, sometimes the board doesn't even have like the craziest cards. So sometimes Invest in the Future is the best card on the board. And at that point, you will first pick it. Next, we have the Chain Reaction. I actually just got like some crazy damage with this not too long ago. People do get this card. I feel like it's better if you're on defense because you're holding like a side or something and they're all running in and you just do like damage on all of them. I don't think this card's a C tier card. I think it's probably B tier. It's not like the greatest, but you know, it helps you in a lot of situations. Next we have Dragon's Breath. Bro, this card, I was sleeping on this card. I don't know if they buffed the damage you get with this card, but they actually this actually works with Axon. So people will swap to Axon to use this card. I don't think it's B tier. It then just depends on how good the Axon player is, but he can get a lot of value from this card with his shotgun. His ability does a lot more damage than the normal shotguns. So yeah, I think it's probably B tier. Maybe you can have an argument that it's C tier, but I definitely don't think it's A tier. I don't think it's that good. Clone Tech, I think clone tech is really only good on defense unless they like overly buff a lancer in the future. Like this card will only be as valuable as like the meta of the lancers, and I think it's only really good on defense to like stack defender lancers. But at the same time, you don't really see any offensive team use this. And what would the offensive team even like choose if they had this card? So I'm probably gonna put this in C tier, B tier. People don't even like swap to nitro when you have this card. It's really good to stack nitros and maybe broker players, but I don't know if it should be C or B. I'm gonna put a B tier because it's not C tier. It's not the same level as those cards, but yeah, it's probably just B tier in my opinion. Pull a plug, must pick or ban. If you're on defense, what you should do is not ban a card at all, or you can ban a card, but don't choose anything. See what the offensive team chooses, and if they choose anything that's 4 shard points or over, then you get pull the plug. But most of the time on offense, the offensive team will just ban this card if there's other cards on the board that they would want to choose. It is really that good of a card. I mean, this card literally directly counters every card in the game. So yeah, it's definitely a pretty good card. Next, we have regen therapy, which in my opinion, it's either high A tier, like very high A tier, or must pick or ban. I really like regen therapy because, bro, sometimes you just get damaged randomly, and then you're just like out of the fight for most of the round. So I'm probably gonna put this in must pick or ban because if this card is on the board and you have four shard points, you're gonna take this card. Like someone's gonna take this card for sure. So I'm gonna put that in must pick or ban, just regen for your entire team. Next we have Blade Master. Blade Master used to be S tier, but I think they changed the hitboxes on this or something. It's not as good. You can definitely aim for the legs and get kills with it. Then also, I'm pretty sure explosive damage doesn't counter it. So I'm gonna put this in A tier because people have found a lot of like better ways to counter this card. Before it used to be a must pick or ban, but now I feel like people they don't think the card is that good anymore. But it's definitely still viable and you can have some like use out of it. So I'm gonna leave that in A tier. Cloaking plant card. Oh yeah, this card is not that good. I think this card's probably C or D tier because it's only on certain maps I think, and then also yeah, I just don't think I've ever had anyone use this card against me and like do a play. So maybe they gotta buff this or something, but yeah, I don't think that card's that good. Maybe someone will show me something in the future though. Cloaking is underrated. You can hide in the grass just being crouched. You don't even need to be an invis plant. Really? That's the thing though. I just haven't tested this card enough. So maybe I'll put it in the C tier since you're saying that. Cause I just haven't gotten any use out of this, or I haven't seen anyone like actually use this in a good way against me in a game. So I'm probably just gonna put it C tier as of right now. So we have muscle weakness, which is definitely a must pick or ban card. This is really like if you let the defender team get muscle weakness and you're on offense, you can't use any smokes. It just makes it infinitely harder for you. And then also if you're on offense, it's still good. They can like use different utility on defense. Basically, your utility will like fall right in your face, so people can use blasters, burner from range. It is a really good card. This card is like actually one of the best cards in the game. Cooking. Next we have, which one is this? Stealthy start. So yeah, stealthy start. It's like 30 seconds. I guess if you want to do like a certain push, it's situational, but at the same time, it's still not good because you only get 30 seconds out of this. Yeah, I don't think this card's that good, honestly. And then also it's 3 shard points, which I don't think it should be 3 shard points. This card should probably be 2 shard points, and then maybe you can put it in C tier. But actually, I just don't think this card is that useful. The only thing you could probably do is maybe on Dongchen if you're on offense and you know there's smoke screening. Maybe if you know a team uses a smoke screen somewhere and you just want to run through it. I don't know. I really don't see any use for this card that much. Next we have King of Bags. I actually really like this card, but I feel like people don't want me to take this card sometimes. But I think this card is actually really useful, but it's kind of bugged right now. Sometimes you'll crouch and then the egg will not spawn or it'll be in the wall or something. So they're gonna have to fix that. Probably gonna put in B tier because it takes what 10 seconds. You have to crouch, but it's just good mid round if you need a little bit of HP. Definitely better than Beauty Sleep. It's on a way better level. But I feel like the fact that this card is 5 shard points kind of lowers it a bit on the tier list. Like maybe if it was 4 shard points, you would see it used a lot more. But it being 5 shard points, like put that on the same tier. Like all these cards right here are must pick or ban, and they're only 4 shard points. This one's 3 shard points, but this card is 5. It has to give you more HP if it's gonna be like this, honestly. Or they have to just lower it if they want to keep it the same HP that you get. Next we have safety glasses. I mean, I think this card, no one really uses flashers in this game. Like, I don't really see people use flashers that much. And then also, I guess this would only be useful if you're playing against a Corona player. But at the same time, I still don't think this card is that good. Just because flashes are not that prevalent right now. So I'm probably going to put a C tier because it still counters. But, like, people don't really use this card that much. People will get this card if they have, like, no other options on the board. And, you know, it's like the last round. They're just going to waste their 3 points that they have. Dr. Converter. Yeah, Dr. Converter is a really good card. But the thing is, you have to be near the bomb planner or the bomb carrier. It actually does give you a good amount of HP. Like, it's pretty fast. Probably gonna put this in B tier. I don't think it's on the same level as these cards. I would definitely take Dr. Converter over these, like, every time. But Long Dash, I guess maybe some people might want Long Dash in B tier, but I don't know. I don't think Long Dash is, it's just good for, like, rotation. So I'm gonna probably keep that in C tier, though. Okay, Return to Cinder. I think this card, there's definitely uses for this card. And if I'm on defense, I low-key want the offensive team to take this card. Because then I can just, like, push up aggressively on a lane with the sniper and, like, go for, like, a shot carefree. Because I know even if they shoot me, I'm just going to get sent back to spawn. So I don't really think this card, like, they got to rework this card somehow. Or maybe people just haven't, like, utilized it properly. I think one good way to use this card, if you're on defense at least, is to let the offensive team plant the bomb, let them get control of the bomb, and then you just full retake with your utility, and you send them all to spawn. Also, this card will probably be map dependent as well. Like how far it takes for the offensive team to get back to the bomb site. So like Dongchen, it would probably be really good. What other map? Maybe Neos, it would be really good. But honestly, yeah, this card, it's probably B tier or A tier. Honestly, I'm gonna put this card in B tier. I don't think it's not on the same level as these cards. Some of these cards, they're really good when you have it comboed with another card. But like if you just don't get that probability, that chance of both of them being on the board, and then also the chance of the other team not trying to take it from you so you can't combo it, or maybe they ban it, it's hard to get combos with cards sometimes. Which I feel like this game, like I want them to have it so like you can combo cards a lot more. Like maybe increase the chances of certain cards spawning on the board together, because yeah, you just can't really combo some of these cards sometimes, but some of them go crazy together. All right, Headshot Master. Yeah, definitely must pick or ban. If you're a first pick, you most likely will always want to get this. It's a card that increases the time to kill of your entire team. And also, if you put 5 sharp points into it, it's even more percentage. So for some guns, it changes the time to kill on every gun. But you have to hit headshots, which is the thing. Like, if you're in body shots only, it's not going to be as good. But regardless, though, taking this card from the enemy team and then having this for your team, it'll always be valuable. Dibs, I'm probably going to put this in D tier also. Because, I mean, I don't really see myself trying to use the treasures around the map to get HP, like maybe like a couple times in a game. But everyone just plays pathogen now, and you just have a pathogen that'll heal you normally. Yeah, no, hot remix. I haven't seen people like get that much use out of this. I think I've died once with someone taking my HP, but like, yeah, I don't think this card is that crazy. Maybe it'll evolve over time. But I'm probably gonna put it in D tier. I know it's like auto lock now. Before, I'm pretty sure in the beta it was not auto lock. So that was like a buff they gave it. But the thing is, you still have to like swing out to like use this card. Probably gonna put this in C tier, honestly. Because like if you do hit it off, like it'll be valuable for you. Like say you're one shot, you trade HP with someone who's full HP. But when are you really gonna have that though? It's either C or D tier. I'm just gonna keep it in C tier, honestly. Okay, we have Vampire Knight, which is a must pick or ban card. This card is definitely S tier. I think it gives you health regeneration. You have overhealth, which is pretty strong. Hear you? Yeah, this card is definitely D tier. I've tried to like actually use this card when the game first released. It just doesn't give you that much movement speed. And I feel like even when I'm screaming in voice chat, I've had my entire team scream in voice chat, and it doesn't go past a certain like level. I don't know how this card works. Like, is the bar supposed to fill all the way up? Because For me, the bar is never filled all the way up. So I'm just probably gonna put that in D tier because you really cannot get use out of that. And then also you have to just be constantly talking to game chat, which it's gonna be hard. Oh wait, they buffed it? Oh, okay. So I'm just here that they buffed this card. I still have not used it recently. Then I feel like everyone just in their minds think this card is like very bad, but they did just recently buff it, which I didn't see anything in any patch notes though. So I don't know where you're getting this info from, or maybe you've tried the card in game. But I mean, if it did get buffed, maybe it could be a C tier card. I'll try it next time I get it. But you know, in ranked, people are not trying to waste a card slot on the loud card. Oh, it does get the max now. Oh, okay, okay. Maybe this card is like, yeah, this card could be good then. You know, I'll put it in C tier. I'll take you guys' word for it, and I'll put it in C tier now. Because if it can go to the max, I don't know exactly how much movement speed buff that is. Okay, the zombie card. Yeah, my opinion on this card has definitely dropped. Like, this card has lost me, honestly. It is 5 shard points. I don't think it's a must pick or ban, and I don't think it's A tier. The only good thing about this card is, you know, it could be a distraction for the enemy. Actually, I mean, I'm probably gonna have to put an A tier. If I have Blade Master in A tier, I feel like these are the same tier card. Maybe Blade Master's a little bit better. Another thing that the zombies can do, if you didn't know, the zombies can plant or defuse. Like, if you're a zombie, you can actually plant and defuse the bomb, which could make a difference in certain rounds. So yeah, I'm gonna put an A tier because it's still a decent card, but it's definitely not a must pick or ban. Okay, we have whetstone. This card, you melee teammate or enemy, you get HP back. I haven't really used this card that much, but everyone I play with just says that this card's not that good. I'm gonna probably put it in B or C tier. It's definitely, actually, I probably could not put it on the same tier as King of Eggs, so it's gonna have to go in C tier. Bro, the C tier cards, people rarely will never even grab. I guess long dash, low key, I might put long dash in B. Like, I'm really contemplating putting long dash in B tier because it's actually a pretty decent card, and I probably wouldn't put it on the same level as Z's. Like, I would get long dash over all of these cards probably. And I need to maybe utilize the cloaking plant card a little bit more. But yeah, I'll probably put long dash in B. I'm switching that because some people will probably yell at me in the comments that they love long dash. Okay, next we have the Guess Who card. I feel like EU players get this card a lot. When I play on the EU servers, they actually buy this card. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I don't think it's that strong. Some situations, maybe it could like take out your enemy, but yeah, I don't think this card is that crazy. I'm gonna probably put in C. And if they keep this card the same way it is now, they should probably lower it to 2 shard points because I don't think it's a 3 shard point card with the value it brings. Oh, either Reaper. Stores nearby enemies after playing. Bro, see, he just got revealed and oh, it pings. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, it's like a sonar. It's like sonar. So it's an infinite sonar reveal. I thought you guys were saying they just fully revealed the entire time. Okay, this is definitely a lot more useful than I thought then. But how far is the range? Can I see how far the range is? It's just anything close to bomb. Okay, no, this card is actually... How do I not know this, bro? How have I not known this? Nah, that's actually a good ass card. Okay, nah, we're switching that, bro. That's definitely A tier then. Because it's literally a sonar, like, you can play around a sonar, like, reveal. I don't think it's must pick or ban, but nah, this is definitely probably A tier then. Because you still have to plant the bomb. And sometimes, like, some offensive rounds, you don't even get the bomb down. Melon rinds. Okay, this card is pretty good on defense. The thing is, though, I feel like people don't slip as much. It's definitely not A tier, but I'm probably going to put the card in B tier because if offensive team knows you have this card, then when they push in, you can also, like, redirect them. So you can put the melons in certain areas to where, like, you know, the enemy will avoid them. So then you can, like, funnel them somewhere. I think Melon Rinds is pretty good. It's probably B tier. It's on the same level as these ones. All right, next we have Oh Compassion. I think this is definitely A tier card because yeah, anyone with a negative KD or yeah, I'm pretty sure just negative KD will get 20% damage reduction and like another buff. It is definitely really good, but it's also dependent on. No, this is also like a must pick or ban card, But the thing is, it's dependent on how many people on the team are negative. So if you're on first pick and you have a bunch of people that are negative on your team, at least like 3 or more, then this card would be like a first pick sometimes, depending on what other cards are on the board. But also if you're on defense, like, now this card is good for both sides, definitely. But I think it's just dependent on how many people on your team are negative. And that lowers or increases where it is on the tier list. HE Trigger is definitely a must pick or ban card. And it's only 4 shard points, which it probably should be 5. This card basically, someone random on the map or on that team will just shoot their gun. So if you're a sniper, if you're playing hollow point, like, it's so bad if you're on hollow point. Like, I hate this card as a hollow point player because it cannot hold a lane with the sniper because it'll randomly just fire sometimes. So it kind of eliminates sniper players. It is a really good card. Not even if you're sniping, but it just gives you info also. So yeah, the card is definitely a must pick or ban. Toxic traps, honestly, yeah, no, this card's probably B tier. I gotta put it in B tier because I put it on the same level as melon rinds, black hole traps. It is really good. You can get value from it. I've gotten a couple kills with this, but the thing is though, it doesn't have the craziest range, and a lot of people just shoot it out. I feel like higher elo people are just gonna shoot it out. But if you're in lower elo, maybe people won't shoot it out and you'll get kills with it more. But it's a pretty good card. Wow, okay, we have hidden cameras. I guess this is probably map dependent, but I've actually been trying to get this card a lot more recently. Oh wait, I put barrier destruction in C somehow. No, barrier destruction is definitely a must pick or ban card. This card basically, it's really good for offense because you can push to a certain spot early and then like catch the enemy off guard. But at the same time, it is good on defense too, to like take space early on and just control part of the map. Yeah, this card is definitely must pick or ban. It used to be so much better when Sonar had the timer on her Sound of Silence ability, because you would have your full team push a site, use Sound of Silence, and just full ape for like 8 or however seconds it lasted. But now I feel like the fact that Sonar got nerfed, I feel like this card's worse. I don't know if that's like a faded take, but I feel like that was the best way we got use out of this card. Now you can kind of play around it a lot more. People on defense also run Spider a lot. So, like, even if you do get the ups on someone, they'll just, like, rotate over instantly. So, it's still a must pick or ban card, though. Hitting camera sucks. I mean, it is easy to shoot a treasure, but, like, you can still hold a lane. Like, they're forced to shoot the treasure instead of, like, being able to walk past it. And you can still get intel off of it. Like, on certain maps, you literally can get intel around the entire map. It is really good, in my opinion. I think this card is slept on. I think it's an underrated card, honestly. Like, if you look at games like Siege, bro, people are literally in cams the entire time. I feel like people are not using this card for some reason, but it is definitely good. Like, think of Siege, bro. People are in the cams the entire time. This card gives you like info across the entire map. Like, you can also flip through all the treasures around the map. I think it's good. I don't think it's a bad card, honestly. Yeah, you just default what Spider TP and you just can still win the round. Oh, dullahans definitely must pick a ban card. This makes your headshots completely invulnerable, so like you take no headshot damage at all. But with Ironhead, it does body shot damage when you get hit in the head. So it's not it's definitely stronger than Ironhead. This is like probably a top 3 card in the game. Like, eliminating headshot damage altogether is just absolutely broken. You're just force hit body shots, and you can't get extra damage in a fight because you're force hit body shots. Yeah, that card is freaking crazy, actually. I would have never thought a card like this would have even come to this game, but also being in ranked. Like, how's that card even in ranked? Okay, next we have Death's Embrace. This card is definitely a must pick or ban. Yeah, it's must pick or ban card. It's only 3 shard points, so it's gonna be extremely, like, good for cost. It's cost efficient, basically, no matter what. And yeah, you basically force people to move from certain areas, and you can just take free space around the map. I don't see people die to this that much, but it's just good for getting people off of like angles and lanes if you just hit them like once or twice. That's the thing though, prosthetic eye compared to this card, prosthetic eye you throw it in one area. So I guess I'll rank prosthetic eye now. You put a prosthetic eye in one area and you also eliminate half of your vision in game right here. Yeah, prosthetic eye is probably D tier. Like, you could probably get value from it. It's kind of like a cypher cam. but at the same time, I don't think it's as good as this one. I think it's a tier below. Because you lose half your vision and you can only have it in one area. Sure, it's good. I'm assuming you can shoot this out. I've never shot an eye out. I'm assuming you can shoot it out, and I'm assuming there's probably spots around the map where people will never even notice it's there. But maybe this card evolves later on and people start to use it. The more I think about it, I think these two cards are literally slept on. So, yeah, I don't think it's D tier. It probably is D tier, but I don't know. I'm gonna put it C tier, to be honest. Next, we have smoke shields. Smoke shields. It's definitely not a must pick or ban. It gives you 15 extra HP. The thing is, what's different from this card and Vampire Knight? Both cards give you 15 extra HP, but this card gives you regen also, which makes it a lot better. So it can't be on the same level. I guess having extra HP always is gonna be good because it's just an advantage in the fight and it, alters the time to kill. So yeah, I'm gonna probably put that in A tier. It's a really good card. Feighting Flash. Honestly, I thought this card, looking at the trailers before the launch, I thought this card was gonna be broken. Being able to just drop your primary and then also like flash them instantly, and you can just do this over and over and over again. The thing is though, I feel like the guns, maybe I'm just bad at it, but you can't throw it as far. And then sometimes it's so hard to aim the flash. I don't think this card's a D tier card. I think I want people to use this because you have to sacrifice your primary, obviously. They probably need to make this a 2 sharp point card. Because if it's a 2 sharp point card, I'll definitely probably buy this card a lot more if it's only 2 sharp points. Next we have, what is this, throw a plant? Oh no, this is a fragile converter. So yeah, this card is definitely A tier. I mean, it can just win you the round if you can destroy the bomb. The thing is though, I just do not see people coordinate enough in this game. Like I don't see people like shoot the converter out together. It's always like one person, or it's always whenever I'm playing with certain teams, like I'm the only one that's shooting it to like win the round. But it's definitely a tier card because if you destroy the bomb, especially when it's planted, if the bomb is planted and you destroy it, it's a guaranteed round win. But also if you destroy the bomb, like you just have so much like an advantage in that round. Yeah, I think it's definitely A tier. I wouldn't say it's must pick a ban though. Okay, we have crowd block. This card is, I think it's better for defenders because if you have a trap laying anywhere, then they're forced to crouch in the trap. So like a pathogen, a molly trap, like poison trap, or some of the traps. It's just really good, and you just force them to crouch, obviously, so can screw them up in a gunfight. I'd say it's B tier. It's definitely not A or must pick a ban. But this card, you'll normally see people get like second pick or something. Okay, next we have TikTok. Yeah, nah. Must pick your ban card. Basically, after 1 minute, the bomb sites are deactivated. So if you are on offense, you're basically forced to make a rush play on a certain bomb site to get the bomb down. If you fail to plant the bomb within 1 minute, which is, it's very difficult to even, do that, plant the bomb in 1 minute. You're basically, yeah, the enemy team will just like hide somewhere across the map and you'll lose a round. I've yet to lose a round with TikTok enabled for my team. Yeah, I don't think I've lost a round with that card, actually. Next we have Headache Vision, bro. Headache Vision is definitely an A tier card. I don't think it's must pick or ban, but bro, this card has gotten me revealed so many times. Like I don't even want my teammates to go fight anyone. Like if you have this card, if you know the enemy has this card, you shouldn't even like be taking random lurk fights around the map because you'll just reveal where your entire team is. Like someone could be lurking randomly on like A bomb, for example, but your team is all pushing B. You get a headshot somewhere, and then your entire team's just revealed. I don't know. I kind of hate that. This card is really good, really good. I don't think it's must pick or ban though. Honestly, this card could probably get increased to 4 shard points. Because the amount of headshots in a round, like, bro, there's a lot of headshots in a round. Yeah, that card is very strong. Just full reveals around the map. And then another reveal card, Informant, I think is also A tier. It's not must pick or ban. Gotta get a kill. That's a condition. And then you just reveal everyone. Definitely a strong card. Next, you have Full Moon also, which is, I feel like people have not been first banning this anymore. Like, obviously, you get, like, intel as to where the enemy is, and then they take a little bit more choke damage. But I also think it's just A tier. I feel like there's a lot of A tier cards in this game. Like, cards that are just really useful, but are not, like, completely broken. And I'm starting to think this card's not as good as people thought at the start of the game. You have, what, this Hold the Bridge, or... This is the HP card when you're on the bridge. I think this card is B tier. It's only on what, like Black Market? Is that the only map this card is on? I think it's B tier. It's really good. It's a really good card. It passively heals. I think it's more heals than Beauty Sleep. So Loki actually might have to put this at C tier because it's not on the same level as King Bags, but and then also you're forced to be on the bridge. You can't just be anywhere on the map like King Bags. So yeah, I'm gonna put that card in C tier. Next we have Stand Up Street. I'm probably gonna put this in B tier. This card is really good because the enemy can't use like crazy movement against you, and then also you can have perfect centering the entire game because yeah, they can't crouch or anything or jump. So you can always have perfect centering somewhere for that. Yeah, I think this card is really good, but it's probably not A tier. Some people might argue that this card's A tier, but I think it's on the same level as these ones. Weapon Morph must pick or ban card, especially if you're on offense. I've seen some offensive teams get use out of this card. Like you can throw it on flanks, or maybe have a deagle post plant on the bomb. But I think Weapon Morph's gotten nerfed. Like you have to be within a certain range for it to shoot now. And then also, if I feel like I just shoot them out a lot easier. But I still must pick a ban because if you let the defensive team get this card, it's not GG's, but that round is just ultimately so much harder to play. Peace Treaty, a D tier card. Like I don't see anyone use this card. The fact is, sure you can get use out of this card, but the time window is so limited. Like you have to instantly like use it basically. So you drop the card or you drop your primary weapon to get 70% damage reduction, I think it is. But it literally only lasts like 1 or 2 seconds. Like it's very fast. So that window of opportunity to even utilize that like damage reduction is just way too low. And then also you also will have like a pistol, or maybe if you're on hollow point or axon. Maybe if you're an axon player, this card's crazy. Because you can pull out the shotgun faster than like the sniper. Because with hollow point you have to charge it up. But with axon you just pull your shotgun out. So maybe if you're an axon player, you can get use out of this card, but I just never found use out of that card in my games. Next we have Toy Traps. I'd say Toy Traps is a B tier card. It's definitely not C tier. You lower the enemy trap damage, so like nitro turrets or any like pathogen traps. Really good card just for like offense, I'd say. But the defensive team will probably take this from me sometimes because they know how good it is. They have mini traps, which lowers the range, but we'll just put this also in B tier. So like a nitro turret will not be able to shoot you from further range. And you have IP theft, which I thought this card was gonna be very strong before, but like normally if you get this card or where the utility will be, it'll be on like your side of the map. Because like a defender will put it like broker mines, it'll put nitro turrets like on the bomb site somewhere. But I feel like you normally don't even get like value from the trap that you took from the enemy. So I'm gonna put it in C tier, but maybe you can get use out of this like some rounds. Drought. I mean, this is map dependent also. Like this card's map dependent, so I'm gonna put it in situational. And I still don't think it's that crazy, but maybe depending on what your game plan is. So like say you're on defense and you don't want the offensive team. Because I think this card is only available on Naos. Or is it Akhet? No, it's Akhet. This card's only available on Akhet. And if you don't want the offensive team to go water, say you know they've been pushing water through mid every round, then this would be a really good card to take. Or if you don't want the defenders to be able to rotate through the water to help their teammates. So I'd say it's situational, but at the same time, you're still really not getting that much use out of it. Because the enemy team can just go anywhere else. Okay, Piercing Bullet, must pick or ban card. This card has definitely gotten better over time. Because yeah, people have just found a lot of better spots like wallbang for. Like say you're on offense or defense. You can just clear angles everywhere, basically. And some maps you can have post plant and you can just shoot the bomb through the wall. So yeah, that's broken. We're just gonna put that in must pick or ban easy. Next I have backup weapon. Bro, this card, I actually want to use this card. It's a good card because you can have two primary weapons, right? You can have sniper SMG, sniper AR, something like that. But it's 5 shard points, which makes it worse. Because why would you waste 5 shard points for this? So I'm probably gonna put it in C tier because like it's still useful if you were to be able to have it, but at the same time, Also in this game, you want to use utility pistols. So yeah, if you're not even using the utility pistols, you are automatically at disadvantage most rounds. Maybe only like 1 or 2 people on your team would even use this card. Yeah, it's gotta get lowered, bro. They gotta lower this to 3 shard points, in my opinion, for it to be picked a lot more. I want to say it's D tier, but it's definitely C tier. And I feel like it's just the fact that it costs 5 shard points, which lowers the value. We have bad knees. I want to say this is must pick or ban card, but it's definitely A tier. You can literally just get chip damage on the enemy team. They're forced to like not do certain angles because if they drop down from height, they'll get damaged. So yeah, no, this card is really good, especially if you know the enemy team likes to do like nitro wall peaks and stuff, because then they basically can't do that anymore. Or rotating like from elevation, can't really knife dash that much. It's definitely an 8 card. I really like bad knees. I'll normally get this card, or like also people forget that it's even like on the map. Like a team will pick this card and then the enemy team will just forget that they even picked that, and then at the start of the round, even in the pre-phase, you can take damage. But if you didn't know, if you take damage in the pre-phase, you can just swap lancers and you'll get your full HP back. That's a little hack for you guys. But yeah, people just forget that this card's even active in the game in that round, and they'll just take damage sometimes. So I think the community just needs to evolve and be more aware of the cards. Portal malfunction, yeah. I mean, this card is only really useful on what, Tundra? I think it's only on Tundra. Never seen anyone use this card. I'm probably gonna put it in D tier, but I guess it would be good to get if you're on defense. The thing is though, you're not gonna waste a like a card slot or just any shard points on this card. Like you'll let them TP because the ATP is not even that strong. They still have to walk down the staircase on Tundra, which like to get out of those 2 areas on Tundra is very, very difficult. What do we have next? Dimensional travel. I think this card. Uh, I think this card's crazy, and it's better for offense. The thing is, both teams can use this card. I don't know if it's A or must pick or ban actually, because sometimes this card doesn't get picked on the board. Sometimes people just leave it, so I'm probably gonna put it A tier. If you're on offense, you'll want to get this card, but sometimes people don't even grab this card. But I think if you're on offense, you basically have 4 bomb sites, and if you're on defense, you have to be aware of 4 bomb sites because they can be in either dimension. So yeah, I think this card is very strong, but it's not must pick or ban. Just the fact that both teams can use it and get value from it. Like you could be defender team and like rat somewhere and get kills also. Quick charge. I'm probably gonna pick quick charge. I mean, this is awesome. Yeah, it's gotta be in the same category as long dash, or probably a little bit under. I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as long dash. So I'm probably gonna put it C tier. This is long time investment. Basically, every like I don't know exactly how many seconds it is, but you'll get like shard points. This card is definitely A tier. Yeah, no, this card's A tier because it's only 2 shard points, and you can get more shard points from this card and be able to like snowball the other team or just get a lot more. Say you're like low on shards, you get in this card, you could probably get a little bit more. Putting this in the same tier as Invest in the Future though, I don't know. I think they're probably both really good. Like I'll get both cards whenever they're like available. Sprint Fire, I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not like really good. So I'm probably gonna put in C tier. Low-key, I'm looking at Beauty Sleep. Kind of want to put Beauty Sleep in C tier, bro. I don't know, man. I'm kind of wanting to put Beauty Sleep in C tier. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be, even though like people I play with actually hate this card. But I feel like I like this card because, especially if I'm in pathogen heals, I can just like, get healed up even faster. Sometimes you're low on HP still, even if you get the pathogen heal, and you can't like get like the full HP. I don't think this card is as bad as people make it out to be. Sure, it takes a while, and if they buff this card at all, it'll probably get up to A tier, in my opinion. If they buff the rate at which you get HP with this card, I feel like it's instantly A tier. But will they do that though? Is the question. Are they gonna ever change that card? If they keep it the way it is, it has to go to 2 shard points. If they want it to be more valuable, then they have to increase the rate of HP that you get, basically. Next, we have what, stealth? Is this stealth novice? I think it's stealth novice. So this card is only really good if you know they play certain characters like Circat, Kismet, Zephyr. Then you would for sure get this card. So then they can't play those Lancers in that round. I'm gonna put it honestly B tier because it's only 2 shard points and it directly counters those Lancers. So I think it's a little bit better than C tier for sure, since it counters so much. Like next we have Reaper Scythe. Definitely must pick a band card. I think this is a top 3 card in the game. Yeah, if you're on offense with this card, you basically just clear every angle on the map through the wall. You get chip damage, even if you don't kill them, you get chip damage, you get info, because you just, Reaper Scythe, you use the scythe through the walls. It is literally the most broken card. I don't think I've lost one round with this card, but I have beaten people with this card before if they don't have like a coordinated team that knows what they're doing with it. But it really is top 3 card in the game for sure in ranked. It's so hard to lose with this card. I feel like it's actually like so hard to lose with this card. Another thing that people don't know about this card is if you're on the other team, you can actually go to their spawn and grab one of these. But a lot of people don't know about that. I think one way to nerf this card, first off, if it's gonna, is it 4 or 5 sharp points? I think it's 4. First off, if it's gonna stay the way it is, it's got to be a 5 sharp point card. And then also, if they're gonna nerf it, like nerf the like cooldown on it, so maybe you can't slash the entire round. Have a certain amount of uses, like probably like 5 or 4 or something in the round, or maybe just like add a cooldown in between shots, so you can't sit there and just spam it the entire round and just get free info everywhere. So yeah, I'm probably gonna put that. It's definitely must pick a ban. Lifesaver also must pick a ban. This is like the only way you can. Yeah, I think this is the only way you can revive people in this game. It is definitely must pick a ban. The enemy team can disable the revive if they're over the core of the body, but at the same time, like someone's gonna try to disable it. You can play around it, you can bait it, or you can just get your entire team up, revive them. I'm pretty sure it's full HP, right? Also, yeah, no, this card is definitely must pick or ban. You'll be at a disadvantage if you let the enemy team get revives. Holistic. This is definitely A tier. You put enough shard points into it, you're getting like 50 HP for every kill, which can help you. If you're trying to get like multi kills, say you kill one person, you get the HP back, and then you can take another challenge somewhere. Yeah, I think holistic is really good. People will always pick this card if it's on the board. Vampire also, I would probably put this. I don't know. I don't know if this card is a must pick or ban anymore, honestly. Like, I'm starting to think this card is not as good as people think it is. Sure, if you're in a fight, you're getting lifesteal. I'm gonna put it must pick or ban, just because, yeah, you're definitely gonna want to pick this card if it's on the board. Because you can be in a gunfight and you win the gunfight just because you got HP back from them. And also, say you're low HP, you just kill someone from behind, then you're getting all that HP back. It is really good cards, yeah. It's probably must pick or ban. But I still feel like this card is not as good as people make it out to be. Compared to the other must pick or ban cards, it's not as good. Okay, next we have Bigger Bombs, which is definitely, I low-key might put this in A tier. I think this card is better than most of these in B tier. This is good if you have Axon player, Broker player, Kismet. It depends on what Lancers you have on your team. So yeah, I'm gonna probably put in B tier, but it just amplifies those characters a lot. And if you have this in combo with, say you have this comboed with Bigger and Badder, or you have this comboed with Explosion Specialist, or if you have this comboed with Homing Projectiles, which I don't think we've ranked yet, but yeah, I mean, it just makes this card broken. Next we have Scan Reductions, which, I mean, I don't think Scan Reductions is that good. I'm gonna probably put Scan Reductions in D tier. This card needs to be a 2 sharp point because it's not like that many times you're getting scanned. Actually, I'm gonna put it in C tier just because you can use this to counter the enemy team if they pick a card that reveals them. So you can use it to counter sometimes, but it's not gonna counter the entire reveal. You'll still get revealed by whatever it is. Flash projectiles must pick or ban card. If you did not know, I mean, you can play Axon. You can have everyone on your team use a blaster or any other like utility pistol. You can use a nitro like drone. Her missiles will flash. This card is extremely good on offense or just even on defense, taking control of any area on the map. You can just have a nitro drone flash everything. Axon can throw nades on every single wall and just flash everyone. I think this card is definitely must pick a ban. And until you get like a coordinated team like using this against you properly, you won't understand how strong this card is. But it is definitely broken in my opinion. What do we have next? Oh yeah, homing projectiles, bro. This card's gotta get nerfed instantly, bro. So it's 3 shard points, but also, I mean, this card needs to be a 5 shard point card. It is that good. It's basically wall hacks with your projectiles. It'll directly like, well, it's homing projectiles, so it'll go directly to the enemy wherever they are close range. And also, you can get intel with this because say I know someone's in a certain like area, I can shoot like a nade or axon nade or anything towards that spot, and then you can look through the wall and see where your projectile will land. So you literally get intel also with this card, which people don't really understand. So this card is definitely must pick or ban, and they need to nerf this card. The sharp points, if it stays the same, this has to be a 5 sharp point card in my opinion. It's actually that good. Oh no, this card lowers the time of the reveal, but this card just reduces the scan radius. So I'm gonna put it in the same tier. It's good. You can use it to counter other reveal cards like Headache Vision or something, or Eye the plant card, Eye of the Vision, all those cards, or Eye of the Reaper. That's what it's called. Okay, next we have Psychic Defusing. I don't really see people like actually get into positions to use this card, but if you are, it is very strong, and you can win the round off of it just because if you're in a 1v1. Like the enemy team is forced to push. Like they have to take the challenge. So you basically enforce a 1v1 gunfight. I'd say this card is definitely B or A tier. But I feel like because the enemy team has to actually get the bomb down. I'm gonna probably put this in A tier, honestly. Because it's just a free defuse. And you can get a guaranteed 1v1 fight. Next up, Extra Sight. So now, yeah, some of these cards are definitely situational. Like Extra Sight, in my opinion, depends on the map. Some of the maps, the extra bomb sight. Actually, I don't know. I don't think this one is situational because regardless, if there's an extra bomb sight on the map, the defensive team has to like spread their like defenders around a lot more. So I think with this card actually it's not as situational because even though the mid bomb site might not be that good sometimes on some of the maps, it still like forces the defender team to like play differently. So I'm gonna probably put this in B tier. It is definitely a card that the offensive team will probably try to get normally if they can. Next we have efficient conversion, which lowers the when you plant the bomb, it's 20 seconds less before it explodes. So it's extremely good for offense and holding down the bomb site because the defender team like basically has to push. Like they have to retake as fast as possible. If people are rotating from across the map and they're taking too long, you're not gonna have any time to defuse a bomb. So I'm probably gonna put this card in A tier actually. And it is 4 shard points, which is kind of hefty, but I think this card is really that good. Morale booster. This card I probably will put in A tier also. Basically, you can use this on offense or defense. Whenever the bomb is planted, no matter if it's whatever side you're on, your team is going to get full kit, full utility, and full HP. So I mean, yeah, no, this card is definitely strong. It's a little bit better for offensive teams because they can use their utility to attack the site and then plant the bomb, and then they have their full kit and full HP to defend the bomb. So I do think it's a very, very strong card and will help you out a lot in certain rounds. Okay, maximum overhealth. I don't know. I mean, it is definitely probably must pick a ban just because it gives the enemy team extra HP. And then, I mean, within the round, they can also go get back up to that HP. So I'm gonna put in must pick a ban just off of that. And then also normally they will like, players will swap to pathogen just get the heals and spawn. It's the same as like health club, which will be there too. Okay, skill vampire next. I think skill vampire is an A tier solely because it gives you like crazy HP if you're playing hollow point or axon or broker. And then also it's only 2 shard points, which is like I feel like this card should be 3 shard points at least. It's that good, and the fact that it's 2 shard points kind of makes it a little bit stronger than it should be. Very good, like cost efficient card that you should get like no matter what. So we have this +1 equipment use. I mean, I don't see anyone get this card. This card would be useful if it wasn't 5 shard points to use. I think it being 5 shard points to use just makes it worse. But say you're trying to snipe or your team lost a couple rounds, it's kind of like a free for all card. So I'll put it in B tier, but the fact that it's 5 shard points just doesn't make sense to me. It should not be 5 shard points. Next up, blast suits. I mean, this card directly counters any explosives in the game. It's definitely an A tier, and you can amplify the effects. Say you're on offense, you know that enemy team's playing broker. You know they have a kismet. You know they're abusing blasters everywhere. You know they have explosive specialists. You can counter with that. You know they have bullet upgrade and they're gonna use blasters, or say they're using homing projectiles, anything like that. Say they have an Axon player you want to counter. Like no matter what, this card counters a lot, and you can max it out to have like 100%. I think. Yeah, no, that card is definitely very strong. Counters a lot in the game. Next up, mini mags. I'm not that high on this card, honestly, but for some reason people always get this. I feel like it's B tier because it's only really useful if you know the enemy team's using certain guns. Because like if they're using an SMG, for example, then you can completely eliminate that SMG from them. Or if they're say they have plenty of ammo card, you can counter using mini mags, and then they won't have as much utility with their pistols. So that's like the moments when I get mini mags, but normally I probably, unless I just there's no other good cards on the board, or I just have like a surplus of shard points, I'm never gonna get this card normally. Next up, security check. This is definitely, I mean, this card is always good, but it is situational depending on the map. Some maps this card's better than others. Like for example, Tundra, going to B bomb, you have to go through B main and you have to walk through a door. Garden on Neos. I know there's definitely some other maps. What? Container on Black Market also. This card is also really good because it's 2 shard points only. So it's you can always get it normally. It's only 2 shard points. I don't know which band this is. This is a main band. So all the band cards, I'm just gonna put them all in situation right now. Because it's always gonna be good to have a part of the map banned, but at the same time, some of these maps having a certain part of the map banned actually makes it harder to defend on defense. So for example, on Tundra, the A short ban, or no, it's B short, I think. The B short ban card, it's not good. Yeah, it's just map dependent. Some of the maps, the ban spots need to be changed for some of the maps basically. And when they do that, then these cards will like just go way higher and they won't be situational at that point. But as of right now, some of them are situational and they're not good for you on defense. Maybe you could use some of these cards for offense actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh yeah, you can use some of these cards on offense, like the Tundra one. Because then you can have the full mid control without like having to fight anyone on the right side of the map. Definitely a good card. Next we're gonna have, what is this? Skill treasures. The thing is you have to get the chance of shooting one of the treasures out and it being this and not like shard points or HP. I'm gonna put in beats. I don't know. I'm gonna put in beats here because you're not gonna always get it from the treasures. But I mean, if you do get it, you'll just have full utility, full abilities, and that is just always gonna be very strong to have more uses of your abilities. Next up, free for all. I'm gonna put this in the same tier as equipment uses because yeah, if you're just low on guns, it's gonna be really good to have. If you don't have 2 ARs, you don't have 2 snipers or something that you want, your team lost a lot of rounds and you need to get weapons, then free for all will be good to grab. Honestly, it might just be A tier though. I'm gonna put an A tier because this card is 5 shard points, this one's 4. And that matters a lot. Like later down the line, people once you really play the game, you'll understand how like important managing how many shards you have throughout the rounds as a card captain. Okay, next we have Hard Rain, which is a must picker band card. It gives you extra HP, like a shield, extra HP, and then you can also just get this HP anytime within the round while it's raining. So yeah, it's definitely a must picker band card. People will always grab this card. Inherit the Wind. This card gives you uh utility per kill on your team, or when someone on your team dies. I think it's a B tier card because it only gives you like one extra use of your ability. So if you're on hollow point, you get an extra snipe. If you're on, you know, whatever character you're on, just get one extra utility, extra smoke screen or something. It's definitely useful, but you know, one of your teammates has to die for you to, you know, earn that. Which, you know, your team's at a disadvantage if someone's dead when you're man down. Okay, next we have alert, which is definitely, I like alert because I lurk with this card a lot, and you just get like free wall hex card. It's kind of like Jaguar. It's like a nerfed Jaguar ability. Like Jaguar has that ability where he can see how many enemies are close to him or within like a certain range. This card is kind of like worse than that, but you can still utilize it to like get info in certain spots on certain maps. I'm gonna probably put it. I mean, I actually get this card a lot. I think it's A tier, but for some reason I feel like people don't think or value this card as high as I do. But I'm gonna put this in A tier just because if you're a lurker, this is a card that you'll actually love to use. Or if you're like defending somewhere in the bomb site, you just know when a team is pushing. What is this card? Rift expansion. Oh yeah, this card I'm definitely gonna put in A tier. Rift expansion. Most of the maps it always just makes it better. You plant the bomb. The hardest thing about offense is getting control of the bomb site and planning and being able to turn offense into defense essentially. But with this card, you don't have to do as much work. Basically, a lot of the maps, it enlarges the bomb site so you can plant the bomb in areas where you normally wouldn't be able to. And it just makes it easier to like attack. So I'd say this card is A tier because it can completely alter your round and make it so much easier if you're on offense. And I feel like with this game, the team who wins normally is the team who wins more offensive rounds because defense is normally always going to be good. But yeah, I feel like with this game, the winner is determined by whoever wins his more offense rounds, honestly. Okay, next we have Superhuman. This card amplifies all of the damage reduction abilities, speed abilities, or healing abilities. So pathogen, uh, corona damage with his damage reduction on his molly. Yeah, this card is very strong, and you can add extra sharp points to it to just increase the percentage. So it's definitely an 8 tier card. Time saving skill, bro. This card is actually really good. If you're on defense, you're probably always gonna want to pick this card. And if I'm on offense, I normally ban this card sometimes. Depending on what cards are on the board, I'll ban this card if I'm on offense because it just lowers the time as how much time you have to attack. And say you run Axon or a lot of different other characters on defense that uses a lot of different abilities, you can really like lower the amount of time that the offensive team has to like attack. So yeah, I'm just gonna put that in A tier. It's definitely a really good card, and it's only 3 shard points. What do we have next? Mission Bound. So Mission Bound, you basically get a guaranteed plant, but also you will die even if you take the damage after. So you take no damage while planting the bomb, but the damage that you took will be applied after the bomb's down. So you can still die, but you get a guaranteed bomb plant. I honestly don't see people like even really like I don't think this is as useful as people thought it was gonna be. It's not terrible, but I probably will put in B tier. It's probably B or C tier. It's only 2 shard points, which is like something that, you know, the offensive team, you might as well grab it basically. Next we have throw the plant, which is definitely better because you just throw the bomb and it plants and you don't have to like risk your life. So I think having this in B tier and then throw the plant in A tier is probably the better. Yeah, this is definitely where they should be. But yeah, throw the plant, you just throw the bomb down and auto plants. Next we have Super Jump, which is a must pick your ban card. So first off, you have crazy movement because you can jump from anywhere. It takes like a second or two to charge up. You charge your jump, you jump on someone, or you can just use it to like get an advantage in a gunfight. But you jump on someone, they fall to the ground. So it's kind of like the melon rinds where they slip and fall. They actually fall to the ground, and you can use this to get to like certain heights on maps. But also their gun is disarmed, so their gun falls to the ground also, and they have to pick it back up. So man, this card is definitely must pick or ban. If you've never used it before, you should definitely learn it as fast as possible because it is that good. And you'll see people use this in higher elo. We have Airborne Justice, which increase your fire rate and reload speed in the air. I think this card is a C tier. I don't really use it that much, but if you're using like an SMG, maybe it's probably strong to like jump around a corner and kill someone. But I don't think this card is that good, honestly. Is it 4 shard points? Wait, is this card actually 4 shard points? That's horrible. It should probably be 3. Bro, it's 4? That's crazy, actually. I don't know why that's 4 shard points, actually. Yeah, that card's definitely C tier. It being 4 shard points, maybe it could be B tier if it was 3, but nah, that's way too much. Next we have what, nerf side. So yeah, this is also depending on the map. It's situational because some maps it makes it harder for defense, and some maps it makes it harder for offense. So yeah, you have no cover post plant, or you have no cover to defend the bomb site. So yeah, I'll put those both situational, but sometimes you'll want to grab it depending on the map. Next up, bandaid solution, which I think is A tier. It gives you extra boost of HP when you take a gunfight with someone, when you take damage. So say you just take like, trip damage, one little shot, you'll instantly just get back to full HP. Or it can help you actually in a gunfight, just help you win it. It's kind of like Vampire Bullet, but not to the same extent. I've actually gotten like some rounds where I'll single out kills, take minimal damage, and just like have a lot of HP just because of this card. So it's very, very good. You'll see a lot of people pick it. This is what, origin detection. You shoot someone's trap and they're revealed. So this card's really good when you know that the enemy team has like a broker, or you shoot a nitro drone out, you're shooting nitro turrets out. Mostly defensive team will always have some type of trap. So yeah, this card will always be good in that regard. I don't know if it should be 3. Nah, it is really good. It should probably be 3 sharp points actually. Because if you're shooting a broker trap out, you basically just get free intel the entire time over where the broker is playing. Or if you shoot a nitro drone out, you know where she, used it from. Okay, next we have two-way portals. So I didn't know that these cards, like anyone can use this card, like both teams. So, I mean, I feel like if you pick this card, you're basically giving the other team an advantage also. And so in that point, like I just don't think it's that good. Unless you just really play for control of the portals. But no, I mean, this map, it would be on Tundra. Someone can, on defense, can play A and just TP behind the people that are trying to be at B bomb. Yeah, I don't think that this card's that good, actually. The fact that both teams can use it makes it worse. But if only a certain team could use it, then it would be more valuable, in my opinion. Next, you have the crab walker. No, this is staying exposure. So if you shoot someone, they're gonna be revealed. This card is really good for like spamming through smokes. Or say you have a turret that's placed somewhere and there's smoke around the bomb site. Like anything that damages the enemy is gonna reveal them. So it's gonna always be strong. Like no matter what. Or you can just spam through smokes and get free kills with the reveals. It's only 2 sharp points also. I'm probably gonna put this in A tier, low key. It's basically track arounds. You played Rogue. I know a lot of people are from the Rogue community. Yeah, I think this card's probably A tier. It's only 2 shard points, so it's just always good to get. Like, there's no reason to not get it. It should probably be 3 shard points. This card. Next up, Close Havoc. I really like Close Havoc. It's definitely A tier. I want to say it's must pick or ban, but you would ban it if it's like the only good card on the board. But I mean, man, you have to be close range, but it's really good for defenders, or if you're on attack and you like close the distance and you just have extra damage. Like any card that's gonna increase the damage or increase the chance of you getting a gunfight win, well, it's always gonna be like A tier plus normally. So now we have time to snipe, which also I don't know. I might put time to snipe in must pick or ban, because this card, if you're a sniper player, I mean you can use this card with the high life sniper, which normally only has a one shot up to 8 meters unless it's a headshot. Then you can make the high life one shot from crazy ranges, or the resolver also. Or if you're playing hollow point, it's a one shot. Or it just increases the damage range of every gun. So like, yeah, nah, time to snipe is actually must pick a ban card. Like I need this card to get nerfed, or I don't know. This card should just be like bro. It should be like a static like increase, and it should also be like a 5 shard point card in my opinion. I feel like they need to rework this card a bit. I don't know. It's kind of strong. It's way too strong in my opinion. I just hate how the sniper meta is right now, basically. We have shotgun charge next, which I really don't think this card's that good. But maybe if you combo this with Dragon's Breath, then it's even stronger. It's not like terrible, but I don't think the shotguns are entirely that good anyways. Probably gonna put in C tier, because I normally will never grab this card. 1% per shard. I mean, it's gotta be changed, bro. Like, there's no way someone should be able to use the high life sniper that has a crazy fire rate in between shots, and you can just one shot from across the map. Like, that should not be a thing, in my opinion. It really should not. And one of the biggest like criticisms I see about this game is the snipers. Like, people play, they die to snipers, and they don't want to play anymore. It's just that simple. Like, we're even seeing that with the top players now. Like, they want to ban the sniper rifles. A lot of top players. I don't know how it is for the EU scene, but at least for NA, a lot of people just want the snipers gone entirely. Even though both teams can utilize them, obviously. Like, even though I snipe a lot. I like to snipe my hollow point, but I feel like I'm now forced to use the sniper on other lancers. Before, I used to always just use normal guns on different lancers. Now I feel like I'm forced to use the sniper a lot of these rounds because it's just that good. And time to snipe just amplifies that card or those guns, and then also like high ground. Like, it just makes a lot of these cards like just crazy, or these guns crazy. Like lucky bullet is also can help you one shot with sniper sometimes if you get lucky, obviously. Next you have high ground. Okay, high ground. Also, I put this in A tier because you had to be on elevation, and it's probably better for defensive players. But I mean, it's just extra damage in the fight. For maps like Akhet, where there's a lot of different elevation fights, it's incredibly strong. But and then just depending on the map, but normally you'll find some area of the map to like utilize this card on. I've seen people first pick this card also sometimes. Next we have Swift support. Honestly, I feel like this card is super broken, but people they just don't use the TP as much as they should. You can do so many mind games with this card. I'm gonna put an A tier for now because it is 5 sharp points also. I don't think it's a must pick or ban because sometimes people don't even pick this card. But it is definitely very useful to just be able to TP across the map no matter what, whenever you want, to any teammate you want. And then also the fact that yeah, no, you could probably do so much with this card. This card's gonna evolve to be a must pick or ban, in my opinion. But right now people are just not using it as much, I think. Next we have Deadly Rewind. I have not gotten one kill with this card. I know it's possible. I'm probably gonna put in D tier, and I know it's only 2 shard points, but I've yet to get a kill with this card once. And I've tried to actually get like different instances with it, but have not been able to get that much value from this card. I don't know what they could do. It's kind of like what Psylocke if you play Marvel Rivals. You know, you shoot, and then the bullets come back to you, and they'll like go back through the enemy. I don't know. Maybe I should probably get this card more, but I'm probably gonna put it in D or C tier. I'm probably just gonna put it in D tier, honestly, because it's very hard to get value from it. At least with these cards, you can get more consistent value from. Next, I have Opener Life, which is definitely a must pick or ban card. Basically, you kill someone, they have a second life, but they lose their primary weapon. But that doesn't matter if you're playing against a broker, if you're playing against an Axon who has a shotgun as his ability, or if you're playing against a hollow point. Or, I mean, this round, people normally would just use a pistol, or they can pick up a gun off the ground. Like, this card is literally a second life, but you're 1 HP. Say you have, like, someone, like a pathogen to heal you up, then you just have heals again. Or if you have any other card that also heals you, then you just get extra heals back with your second life. So, yeah, this is definitely a must pick or ban card. This is like a top 5 card in the game, in my opinion. You have healing site A and B. So these, I mean, these site, yeah, no, this is always valuable. I'm gonna put them in like B tier though, because like it's at a certain site, and the other team will probably just go to a different site. But like, these cards will always be valuable no matter what. It's just extra healing. I don't know if I would put it in A tier though. Honestly, I might put them both in A tier actually. So you can use this on offense or defense, and just get extra HP. And it's like what 2 per second, and you can add extra shards to it. You don't even need to add that many shards, so you can add like 2 or 3, and that's gonna be completely fine. So yeah, I'll probably put those both in A tier. Healing site cards are really good. Okay, next we have quick reload, which I mean this card it's good. It's like an insta reload. But I mean I don't feel like the reload speed is like that long anyways. I feel like the cards that just add extra bullets to your magazine will always be better than this card. But maybe if you're using an LMG, then I would understand why you would want the quick reload. But the other guns I just don't think have the craziest long reload speed. Because I have lucky bullet. Like obviously it's a lucky bullet. I feel like this card should not be 4 shards. and it probably would be higher up on the list if it wasn't 4 sharp points. But you could use this with a sub. I've gotten kills with this gun or with this card from range with a sniper just because I got a lucky bullet. But I actually don't know the probability or the percentage of you actually getting the lucky bullet. I'm gonna put it in C tier just because it's 4 sharp points. And I just never see people grab this card. But it is decent if you do get it. Next we have Acrophobia. I think this card is only good really when you know the enemy team has a card that they can jump with. So if the enemy team has Acrophobia, or not Acrophobia, if they have the Supercharge card, or if they have Birdman, then getting this card to counter would be really good. But if they don't have that into play, I just don't think it's that strong. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. But if those cards are in play, then it probably gets a little bit more value because you can just counter the other cards. Okay, we have Broken Bridge. This is only on Black Market. And I mean, yeah, you disable the bridge, but at the same time, I don't even know what bomb site this is like useful for, or like what side. Because if I'm on offense, sometimes I want to hit the bridge to rotate, or sometimes if I'm on defense, you want to hold the bridge, like sit on the bridge for holding mid and container. So I don't even know if this is situational. I'm probably just gonna put this in D tier. I feel like both sides of the map like wouldn't want the bridge to be gone. But maybe I could be lost with that, but I'm pretty sure both sides wouldn't want that card. Okay, we have Rapid Fire Marksman, which in my opinion is a must pick or ban card. I think it's good for offense too. It's good for both sides just because like, bro, it literally makes the marksman rifles have like infinite fire rate. It's crazy. You can just spam it like crazy, no delay at all in between shots. So yeah, with the marksman rifle that already has insane damage and the bad reputation one shots up to like 8 meters or 10 meters or something to that. And if you could just spam and get one shot on someone, yeah, it's definitely must pick or ban card. I think it's better for defense though, because you're just holding an angle most of the time. Next we have the weapon ban card, which I think this card is only really good if you know the enemy team doesn't have that many weapons left. Like say you know the enemy team has like barely any weapons left in their like they lost 3 rounds in a row or something, then I would get this card. But honestly, this card is not that crazy in my opinion. I'm probably gonna put it in. It's either B or A tier. I'm kind of debating. Like sometimes it could screw you over, but normally, like if you could just use both weapons in a category, so like if you can use both ARs, if you can use both LMGs. Actually, I mean no one's really using both LMGs. I guess it is probably A tier because I'd say for the SMGs, people use a clamp down more than the other one, but both are viable. I'd say for the marksman rifles, I see people use a better reputation way more than the bad moon. For ARs, it wouldn't matter because you could use both ARs pretty easily. For the snipers, I guess you probably could use a resolver 1 round, and you force to use the high life, and it's probably not as consistent. And yeah, I don't know. It's probably A tier though. We'll put in A tier. Bullet trade, A tier for sure. Bullet trade, you get projectiles back by sacrificing some of your primary ammo in your weapon, and it's only 2 shard points. And if you're playing Broker, Kismet, Axon, a lot of different characters like that, you can just get infinite ammo basically in your abilities. So very, very strong card. Only 2 shard points, cost efficient. Definitely would recommend getting that card if you play those Lancers. Painful Motivation. Wait, did they just recently lower the shard points for this, I think? Yeah, this is only 2 shard points now. So Painful Motivation, this card is only 2 shard points now. It went down from 4. You have to shoot your teammate to give them a faster fire rate and faster reload speed, I think, or something. I mean, I've only utilized this a couple times. You need to have coordination with your team also. I'm probably gonna put in C tier because you do get damaged and you lose a little bit of HP, but your gun is just amplified. But you still lose HP even though it's at a like reduced rate. It's definitely a C or B tier. Actually, I mean, it's probably D tier, honestly, but yeah, it's probably D tier. I'm just gonna put in D tier because I just don't think it's as good as these cards. And I've tried to get use out of it, even though it's 2 shard points. Like you have to calm your team. It's just gotta everything has to align for that card to be that good. Yeah, which one is this? Spreading smoke? So I think this one just spreads your smoke, so smoke size. Probably gonna put this in C tier because I think the smoke size one is not as good as the duration one. And this one is the duration smoke, which I think is B tier. Because having a smoke last longer is good. Most of the time, the smoke is already like large enough in my opinion. So this card is not as good. Foot dragging, I'd say this is an A tier card. It's not a picker ban, but if you're on offense, I mean, it's good for both sides. It's harder for the defenders to rotate as fast, and then harder for the attackers to like even take spots. So, and then this just like ruins your movement if you're strafing around with like snipers. Also, I would put foot dragon in A tier, but it's not must picker ban. It definitely gives you a huge disadvantage in the round though. Except weak jumps, which I think is definitely worse because like jumping is not as prevalent as just running around the map. Obviously, I honestly gonna probably put weak jumps in too or in C. Weak jumps I think is only good if you're countering like the jump card, supercharge, the double jump card. I'm probably gonna put this one in C tier. I don't think it's as good. I probably won't ever even waste shard points on this anymore. Except offense, defense, definitely must pick your ban card because defense is just definitely easier in this game than offense, and a lot of people will ban this card if they're on defense because they don't want to swap. But I feel like some people have been leaving this card open sometimes because maybe they think offense is better on a certain map, or they just played really good on offense, so it doesn't really matter for them if they get this card. So yeah, I still think it's a must pick or ban though, normally for the majority of players in every game. Except Swift Resolution and Endless Battle. I'll probably put these both in the same tier. I'm gonna probably put them both in B tier because it just gives a certain side less time to work with, or more time if you're on offense, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's definitely better than these two because 30 extra seconds can be huge in a round. Next up, Misty Sight. I think the Misty Sights are really good, but I'm a hollow point player. I'll probably put Misty Sights in also in B tier because if you're a hollow point, you can basically reveal everyone through the smoke with her sniper. And then also if you are on if you have the Eagle Eyes card, it reveals them if you just aim in through the mess, which is incredibly broken. Or if you shoot someone with what extend exposure, or what's the card? I think it's sustained exposure. That card also they'll just be revealed through the mist. Also, if you play Sonar or you have any other reveal abilities, you can utilize this card. I think the Misty Side card, I really like it. It's literally one of my favorite cards in the game. I'm definitely gonna put it in B tier. It's not like incredibly bad. Maybe it's situational depending on the map, but I don't know. I think you always get value from it if you're a hollow point player. Okay, next we have Sight Deletion, which is definitely another must pick or ban card. Just because if you're on defense, this makes it incredibly easy to defend, and if you're on offense, you're forced to push one sight that you know the enemy team's gonna hard stack, so it's gonna be even more difficult for you on offense. Uh, yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself, bro. You have to push only one bomb site. You don't have limited options. Next up, Clear Path. This is definitely situational depending on the map, but normally it's probably not that good. But for some maps, you may just want the doors to be gone, like what Outpost or what other map? Yggdrasil. It's probably another map that I'm thinking of, Black Market. So maybe on those maps, you might want to like use this on offense. But normally, I probably would not get this card. Next up, Medical Error, which is definitely a must pick or ban card. Not only does this card counters a lot of other cards that gives you HP, but also if the enemy is just trying to heal the treasures around the map, or if the enemy is trying to heal with pathogen heal, then they just cannot do that at all. So yeah, nah, this card counters like 10 different cards, and yeah, they just cannot heal any other way on the map. So it's definitely a must pick or ban. You have a crazy advantage if your team can heal and the enemy team cannot heal. Next, you have Roger. Roger, this card, you know, you have two bots. The thing is, the bots are so weird, bro. I think this card's B tier. It can be useful sometimes. But sometimes the bots just don't know what they're doing. Like, they'll go to some random part of the map, or like, they'll. I wish you could direct where the bots are going to be going to. I forget which game it was that I was playing not too long ago, where you could, like, order the bot to go to a certain area. But if you could order the bot to like push a certain bomb site or like to go to a certain spot, like say you like have an indicator on the map, you can ping, go here, go to this area or patrol this area or something. So you're on defense and you want it to patrol a certain bomb site and stack it more. Or imagine with this card, you can set up a bot in a corner or something. Like it could be so much stronger. They could do so much more with this card, or just add an entirely new card where you can set up like bots at a certain spot or something. Like say if I'm on offense and I want my mid flank to be held, I put a bot on my mid flank. Or if I'm on defense and I want to hold a bomb site or have a flank held. Like you could do so much more with this, but the fact that they just have random pushes just doesn't make sense. They sometimes they just get killed and it's just 4 shard points also just out the window. Sometimes they stand still, do nothing, looking at the wrong. That's what I'm saying, bro. That the bots Roger card could literally be like an A tier must pick or ban card if they like did it better. Like there's so much more they could do with the bot card. Next we have Mass Cheetah. I don't know if this is must pick or ban. Sure, the movement speed. Honestly, the movement speed got adjusted and it feels a lot better with it being like, you know, in between the beta and the launch speed now. But I don't think this card's must pick or ban, but it's definitely like something good to have. You just have faster movement speed around the map. Then also I think this affects your strafe speed. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure this affects your strafe speed. If not, I wish they like add a card that just like increases your strafe speed by a lot. Okay, next we have Health Club. Health Club, must pick or ban, giving your team 25 extra HP. That is a direct advantage in a gunfight. So yeah, it's not as good as, or it's definitely better than smoke shields. Smoke shields only gives you 15, and you're forced to waste the smoke. But this one, you have 175 HP from the start of the round, and you can also heal back up to 175 HP. So it's really good. Okay, next you have full power or ammo full power or whatever it's called. I really love this card because I use the vector, the clamp down, and having your full entire mag in the clamp down is crazy. I think this card's A tier in my opinion. I really like this card. So if you use a clamp down or maybe an LMG or something, you want to spray something down, spray a smoke. This card is definitely really good. I mean, it's good for all weapons. You don't have to reload at all. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. I do think this card's really good. I don't know. It might be B tier. It might be B tier because it's kind of niche, in my opinion. So I'm an SMG player. I like the clamp down. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna put it in B tier. It's not as good as these ones, but it's still a really good card to have. Next up, explosive shot, which is a must pick or ban card. Basically gives you explosion damage. You can counter this with I think someone told me you can counter this with blast suits. I don't know. Does it amplify the damage if you have explosion specialists? I don't think I've tried that, or maybe I have and just forgot. But yeah, no, explosive shot is definitely good. I have some clips with this in my Punk Master video if you haven't checked that out in the comment right now. But explosive shot is really good. I really like using this card. You can use this for like splash damage. Say you know someone's sitting right behind a wall. Like I'll normally like mess around with people. Like I'll bait them out. Like I'll just peek around a corner multiple times, just shoot them behind the wall because I know the splash damage is gonna do damage to them. You can do so much with this card. It's always gonna be good because sometimes even if you miss your shot, the explosion radius is gonna do damage for you. Next we have Big Head, which is another must pick or ban card. Basically, everyone on the enemy team will have a larger head, meaning it's easier for you to hit a headshot. And yeah, I mean, headshots matter a lot in this game. You'll have increased damage, the time to kill, whatever you're doing. You'll just have a faster time to kill than the enemy team. Yeah, no, Big Head is definitely a must pick or ban card. One of the top cards of the game, for sure. Next up, Cure Shot. Cure Shot, I think this card is, I don't know, bro. It's on the cusp of must pick or ban. Actually, I think it is must pick or ban. Like, if you don't pick this card, you're just gonna be at a disadvantage. You should always pick this card, depending on what other cards are on the board. But basically, you shoot your teammates to heal them. Something that I've done a lot. Like, sometimes people just forget that they have the card and they don't heal their teammates, which sucks. But some things that I've done is use this card like I'm playing, I don't know, Overwatch or Marvel Rivals. Like, healing my teammate while they're in a gunfight. So if I know my teammate's about to engage in a fight, I'm just gonna pre-aim him and just start pre-firing him basically to give him HP while he's fighting someone. And you can literally amplify or enable your teammate that way, so they can like entry. It's pretty good. Always, you can just use it the entire round also. Infinite HP if you just shoot them. Next we have what? Squad defense. So squad defense I think this card's actually pretty good, but it is countered by sitting up straight. I'm probably gonna put it in B tier because it just gives you a little bit of damage reduction. I think this card's pretty good. It's not horrible. It's a pretty decent card. So we have Superfly, which is double jump. I've been using this card a lot more. At first, I thought this card was actually useless, but I've been using this card a lot more because you can get a lot of crazy angles. Like with the hollow point sniper, you can snipe over walls and stuff, like over jump spots. I really like this card now, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. Before, like I had this card in like B or C tier. I thought it wasn't that like good, but nah, it really is strong on a lot of these maps. Next we have skill replenish, another one of my favorite cards in the game. Must pick or ban. I like to use this card, especially with hollow point or circuit. Especially circuit. I will always switch to circuit on this round because you have the sink holes that are so good for stalling, even if you're on offense or defense. And then you have infinite TPs around the map, so I can just get infinite intel around the map the entire time, infinite possibilities of like TPing somewhere and taking space, and then also the tornadoes to block off angles and also delay time. Yeah, I just love skill replenish, bro. That card is crazy. Helps offense or defense, gives you extra opportunities within the round. Anything that like increases your ability uses will always be like super strong. And games like this where abilities are everything. Okay, next we have weapon enhancement. Another must picker ban card. Weapon enhancement gives your gun extra damage. So it'll pick one random gun from every category, and it'll give it extra like headshot damage, body shot damage, limb damage. So yeah, I mean it speaks for itself. Extra damage, extra possibilities for gunfight wins. If you have snipers, it'll extend the range for the snipers. So yeah, I mean that's just extremely strong. Parting flash. It's only 2 shard points. Yeah, no, this card is also really good. It's good just because like um someone can't be aggressive after they get a kill, basically. I'll probably put it in B tier, but it's not like, incredibly strong. It's definitely useful to have though. Quick diffuse, I'll put this A tier. It's definitely A tier, but I ban this card a lot, so I don't know if I should put it in must pick or ban. Because the other cards are still like really good. Also, this card is only 3 shard points, which I think is outrageous. It should be 4 at least. Because it literally just, how much is the time? It's like 3 or 4 seconds to defuse the bomb. It's crazy. You can get so many ninja defuses with this. You can smoke the bomb and then start defusing, and I mean, yeah, you just get a free win. I don't know if it's an A. I'm gonna put it in must pick or ban, honestly, because this card, if you don't pick it on defense, you're just throwing. Because it's 3 shard points only. I would only not pick this card if I had one of these available and not enough shard points after. But and then also if you're an offense, you let the defensive team get this, like you're gonna be at a disadvantage later on. So I'm actually gonna probably put this in must pick or ban. Next we have the wasteland card. This card makes the entire map icy and everyone can slide. I don't think this card is that good because yeah, it just lets the entire team, both teams slide around. I don't know why some of these cards gives the benefit to both teams when one team has to, put forth the shard points to use it for it to be active on the map. Like I really wish this card was only used, or only the team that picked this card could use the slide mechanic. Because at that point I would probably put it even higher. Like it's cool to have slides, but like yeah, I don't know why I would give the enemy team extra slide or sliding also. I'm putting C tier, but I just think it should be changed. Next we have Infernal Hounds, which it did get nerfed recently, but I still think it's a must pick or ban card because if your hound does successfully like hit someone, I mean they have to either move or sometimes they're in a spot where they can't even like do anything about it. What I would like to see people do is if they're on defense, like don't play super aggressive in the round. Maybe let them plant the bomb. Have your hounds just go crazy on the bomb sites to retake or anything like that. But honestly, it's pretty easy to shoot them out now, so it's kind of harder to get value from it. It's still a must pick or ban card, but maybe this will like change later on. Maybe the next tier list it gets dropped down to A tier or something. Next we have extra converters. I'm gonna put this in B tier because you still have to get the bomb down, which is very difficult. But having extra bombs, no matter what, like is always gonna be good. One person can die. Say for example, which this happens a lot. Your teammate gets spider TP'd and then the bomb isn't spawn or something. Then the round's just chalked. Or like say your teammate just runs around the map and dies with the bomb, not knowing they had it. That's why I think extra converter is really good. You can also play mind games, have someone on both sides of the map with bombs, and have just that opportunity to like successfully find the bomb somewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in B tier. I think we're on the last card now, which is plenty of ammo. This card, like no one really understood how good this card was until recently. It is definitely a must pick or ban card. Not because it gives you extra ammo in your weapon, even though that is a good plus, but the fact that this card gives you extra utility or ammo in your utility pistols. So if you max this out, you can have like 6 ammunition in your burner or like 6 blasters. It's actually crazy strong. Like the utility pistols, in my opinion, I don't know what they can do to nerf them. But for one, you should not be able to throw a utility pistol on the ground in the pre-phase and have like extra just lying there. I feel like that's just kind of crazy. They definitely need to like take that out of the game entirely. But yeah, just having extra utility, extra burners, extra blasters, extra smokes, like that is just always strong to have. And then if you're on defense, you can just completely stall out a bomb site alone for your teammates to rotate. Wow. Well, we're at the end now, so these cards are all the like pup cards, which I'll just rank now. I hate this card. When I was playing standard to unlock ranked, like I hate it when people pick this card. Basically, makes it a knife fight for both teams. I mean, I don't know why you want to do that anyways, because it just I don't know. I feel like it just lets the enemy team win. Sometimes like they're just not better than you with the gun, so why would you give them a chance to like win easier? What is this? Wait, what is this one? Oh, Squat Master. This is a must pick or ban card just because you can have infinite HP increase. You can have like 200 plus HP or something, but you have to just sit there and squat, pop a squat, and spawn for however long. So yeah, I think that card is actually crazy. Freestyle placement, you can plant the bomb anywhere on the map. So you can plant it in spawn and then have a crazy defensive setup. But yeah, freestyle placement, being able to plant the bomb in spawn is absolutely crazy. Then you have prosthetic enhancement, which is also another crazy card. Basically, your limbs take no damage. It's kind of like dullahans, but instead of the head, it's the limbs. And yeah, your arms, your legs. Definitely a broken card. You're gonna want to pick that. This card, I think you can spawn a zombie or something. I've never used this card, but I'm gonna assume it's A tier because the zombies are not that strong. I think they only have 50 HP. So I'm gonna probably put this in A tier, but some situations maybe it'll be good. Then you have, we have relocation, which was in ranked before in the beta. Basically, you can relocate the bomb site. You can actually grab the bomb site and take it to where you want it. It's different. Well, yeah, no, you literally can just relocate the bomb site, which is just incredibly strong. And if you're on a defensive team, you can just relocate it to your spawn, basically, both bomb sites, and then just have a crazier setup. So yeah, I'm gonna put that in must pick or ban, and then also heavy armor, which is another must pick or ban card. How much HP can someone get from this card? It's like a crazy amount of HP. Bro, they have 1500 HP, but they do less damage. It's still so strong because like you can just bait for your teammates. You can just run in and be the entry. Yeah, no, 1500 HP is actually broken. But you see how much damage they're doing? They're doing less damage. So if I had this card, I've never even used this card before. But people on my team have like had the HP buff. I feel like, wouldn't I just use a sniper? I don't know how much the damage is going to be with a sniper. But I probably would just use a sniper or marksman rifle and try to do as much damage as possible. Which, any chip damage that you're doing is always going to be good because your teammates can clean up the kills. Yeah, 1500 HP is crazy. You can spawn zombie for some HP. Yeah, wait, so yeah, what you're saying is you also have to like sacrifice HP, which I just don't think is that good. What is it? Yeah, spend your own HP. How much HP is it? If it's like anything over 20, yeah, not worth. Bro, not worth. Even 20 wouldn't be worth because then you can get one shot by the snipers at a lot of ranges. Yo, this thing looks crazy. What? Bro, is that like... Bro, is this zombie Super Saiyan mode? Bro, this zombie's literally Super Saiyan Blue. So this is the end of the tier list for all the shard cards. Most of them are all in ranked, but there's some cards in here that were from standard that I did after. What do you guys think about this tier list? Did I mess up anywhere? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. Honestly, I think this is a pretty good tier list. I played the beta. I was #1 ranked in the beta worldwide, and then now I've been like top 30 for the entire launch basically for the game. So I think for my experience, I think I have these cards in the right spots. But maybe some of the cards that I don't play as much, some people have like uses out of them that I just don't know yet. And maybe with time, these cards are gonna evolve. But then also, we still haven't gotten that many like balance changes. I think a lot of the cards, as I like tiered them, I like let you guys know if the cards, the shard points should be changed for some of them. Which a lot of the cards, in my opinion, the shard points should be changed. But at the moment, yeah, I think this is a pretty good tier list. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything I could change. And honestly, I don't know if there's anything I would change. I think it's a good tier list right now. We're going to do an updated tier list for season 2, whenever that is. And yeah, hopefully you guys will watch then. And you guys still grind in the game. And then also the console scene. Hopefully they can get their hands on the game soon. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you have an amazing day. Goodbye.